a world in which an actor who's better known for the most successful television series of all really wants to play
Hamlet.
Plus the good doctor himself, travelling backwards in time this morning.
All right.
That's what happens when you don't blow your nose properly. Travelling backwards in time this morning to an era when he confronted a different threat, not from outer space, but from inner space in the drama Taking Over the Asylum. David Tennant. More on that, the challenge of playing Hamlet, and some forthcoming Doctor Who specials. Daleks and many others, old hat for the Doctor. David Tennant, however, who has been enthralling youngsters and adults alike as the Time Lord, is facing a fresh challenge this summer because he's taking the starring role in the Royal Shakespeare Company's new production of Hamlet. Doctor Who fans, meanwhile, have a series of one-off specials to look forward to next year. But will he be returning for another full series? All of this and more in a moment. But first, a clip from his breakthrough part. It was the series that made his name on national television, Taking Over the Asylum.
And you'll never believe what happened.
They sectioned the both of yous.
Sectioned? You don't section a genius. You say, you did really well. You say, come see me on Thursday, Eddie. Because you know what I learned today? That the only difference between lunacy and genius is timing.
Great line. Great line.
Yes.
That's coming out on DVD. It's not been re-shown. I mean, it's a long time ago now. But
94 it was first shown, yeah.
Yeah.
We shot it 15 years ago.
15 years. And it was
alarming to see oneself 15 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah, there's been a few changes. Lasted well. But it was an interesting project because it was sort of primetime television, but about mental illness, which is something that you never see.
It wasn't the sexiest idea for a drama, no. And I think it was down to a number of people. I think Bill Bryden, who was head of drama in BBC Scotland at the time, really fought for it.
Yep.
And, but it was an untried writer, Donna Francis Child. It was the director David Blair, who now directs all sorts of posh things, was sort of a bit of a chance. And Ken Stott and myself really were pretty unknown at the time as well. So.
And you were an inmate in the asylum.
I was, yes, I was a manic depressive in the psychiatric hospital, yeah.
And then Ken Stott was playing, as I recall, he was the DJ in the hospital
radio station. He's a sort of downtrodden hospital radio DJ who comes to set up a radio station within this hospital and ends up becoming a huge influence on the lives of many of the patients there, and ends up having a huge journey himself, yeah.
What I was struck by was, I mean, this is not a subject, by and large, that people laugh about, and yet it was very funny. Making a mental health issue very funny was bold, but difficult.
Whilst not making light of it as well.
No.
I mean, I think it's a brilliant piece of writing. It was something I was hugely proud to do at the time, and looking back on it now, I'm still really, really chuffed to have been part of it. Yeah.
You're a Shakespearean actor, have been for some time, but Hamlet is the big one.
I suppose. I'm trying not to look at it that way at the moment. It's just another play, isn't it, Andrew?
You're going to bring, except you, and just another audience will be probably the RSC will get audiences it doesn't normally have for its productions because you're doing Hamlet, I would have thought. Lots of Trekkies in there.
Well, there will be Trekkies because we've got Patrick Stewart in the cast as well. But I don't know. I think Ian McKellen was there last year doing King Lear.
Yes.
So I guess he probably has an audience from Lord of the Rings that maybe.
But it's, I mean, people will be watching to see that. I've got a little clip of Olivier's Hamlet. Which is,
right.
Yeah, let's just have a quick look at that.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
I'll do it like that then.
You'll do it like that?
Yeah.
So we've got it sorted?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. But when you're preparing for a part like that, are you aware of how other actors have done it, or do you start absolutely fresh with a text and say, right, I'm going to rethink?
It's impossible not to be aware of the lorry loads of history that Hamlet comes with, but I think your job is to try and dispense with them and to try and see it as a play, just another play, and take each scene as it comes and play it as truthfully and as energetically as you can, I think.
And there's I think it's Jude Law's also doing a Hamlet coming
He
up.
is,
So it'll be
yeah.
a sort of battle of the Hamlets.
Well,
going
we're
on.
first.
You're first.
Yeah, I don't think he's on till the middle of next year, so we'll have come and gone by then.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember talking to you some way back, just before you'd taken on the Doctor Who, started to do the Doctor Who role.
Right.
And you were going to, was it Glastonbury? It was one of the rock
right,
festivals.
yeah, I was just off
And
to
you were
Glastonbury
and you were
that
off with
day, I
your
think,
tent. And I remember you saying to me, this is the last time I'll ever be able to do this. Life is going to be different for me from now on. True?
Yeah, yeah. I've certainly not been in a tent since then.
Yeah. But has it been a sort of life-changing level of fame, Doctor Who? Or maybe you were just reclusive in the first place, I don't know.
I rarely go out anyway. No, it gets a level of attention and scrutiny and enthusiasm that it attracts, which is unlike probably anything else I'll ever do, really. There's a particular enthusiasm for it, but it's very exciting to be in the middle of that. You know, it's a time of life, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody who's heard that you're coming on has asked me to ask the same question.
What's that?
Are you going to do another series?
Yes. Well, I've not really been asked yet, so I'm going to keep.
I think it's a reasonable guess that you will be asked.
Well then, if and when I'm asked, then I'll consider the question.
All right, but you're doing some specials. Anyway,
We are.
coming
We're definitely doing them. Yeah. I go back. I go back to it in January, and I think we're doing 4 now actually. Yeah,
Right.
4 one-hour specials. Well, I don't know how long they'll be, but 4 one-off specials. Yeah.
Yeah, and what about your current assistant? How's that? Are you enjoying
Catherine Tate.
that relationship? Because I mean, Catherine Tate is very different from some. She's different generation from Billie Piper, and
I guess, and it's a very different character, which was part of the idea, to keep changing around that sort of central dynamic, and also you get to see how Catherine as Donna gets to react when indeed she meets Freema Agyeman and Billie Piper and John Barrowman, because we might be seeing some old friends reappearing in the next few weeks. Yes, stay tuned.
Okay, that's very interesting. People who don't like me, who don't really know about the acting world, assume that it's great fun. You just pop on, you do a bit of acting and so on. But it's actually it's a very, very hard work doing something like this, isn't it? It's pretty relentless.
Doctor Who is certainly long. I mean, a filming day is a 12-hour day, and it's 5 or 6 days a week, and it
and you are almost always in shot. I mean, it's
certainly a fair chunk of the time. Yeah. So there's a relentlessness to keeping on top of it, but I wouldn't want to do anything else.
So you don't feel kind of I've had enough of this. It's exhausting.
Well, there are days when you're knackered. Yeah. But it's still a great pleasure to do, and it's a great privilege to get. And it's not really like working for a living, is it? So.
You don't. And what about the level of sort of media intrusion? Because you have become a huge national figure. There's no way of getting away from that, and it does mean that there's lenses and microphones following you everywhere.
Yeah.
Almost everywhere.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
There are elements of that life which one wouldn't necessarily choose, but I think it's very churlish to complain about them. I mean, I knew what I was getting into.
And you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Well, don't go entirely away.
Okay.
Come back later on, but thank you
Certainly.
for now very much indeed. To play us out, just a glimpse of the Doctor in action, please.
No, hold on. One more thing before dying. Do you know what happens if you hold 2 identical sonic devices against each other?
No.
Nor me. Let's find out.